Greetings there, 'tis I, Johnny Coyote, and welcome to Game of the Week, episode 30. Today we're talking about the one, the only, Resident Evil. But we're just going to show off only like the first game, etc. Like, first, did you know, like, Resident Evil is like a remake of an NES game or Famicom game called Sweet Home? A game based off a movie, and apparently the game was better. I've never seen the movie. But if you ever get the chance to, play the game. But, yeah. 1996, we got ourselves Resident Evil 1. Well, this is the director's cut. I don't own the original version of the game on the PS1. I'm looking for it. Well, this is the director's cut. It also comes with a demo of Resident Evil 2. So I just felt something rattling in there. Yeah, here's the Resident Evil 2 demo. Here's another director's cut, which is also the bad one because, you know, the infamous basement music? If you don't know what I'm talking about, do not listen to it because it sucks. But this is the bad director's cut. Get this, not this. Anyway, also, I'm sure you guys already know, but I have it on the Sega Saturn. Also, the price is pretty scary too, so. Anyway, yeah, this is actually one of the more rare games in my collection. Should I play this this year or something? But also, the game also came out on the DS! Resident Evil Deadly Silence. I'm actually surprised this is actually rare now. I think just this copy alone, just by itself, is like an $80 game or something, at least from what I saw at a store last weekend. But hey, if you want to play the good old-fashioned Resident Evil on the go, then get this. Shit. And, like 2002, the game got a remake. Yep, on the GameCube. And this is like the version that they release for a lot of modern compilations. It plays like the original game. It's also still cool, pretty good. Like, if there's one copy of Resident Evil, I recommend this one, you know, this version of Resident Evil. And it also got a prequel. Can you believe that crap? Resident Evil 0, which takes place the night before Resident Evil 1. Yeah, with like Rebecca Chambers and a guy called Billy. A guy who never shows up again in any Resident Evil. Unless they somehow decide to bring him back to Resident Evil Requiem, which that'd be a friggin' long stretch, I'll tell you that. And I'm not done showing off some weird games. Like, did you know that they also released Resident Evil 1 and Resident Evil 0 on the Wii? Can you believe that? So Resident Evil Archives, Resident Evil, and Resident Evil Archives, Resident Evil 0. Yeah, why? Why do these exist? Like, I don't think there's even any, like, motion controls on these things. Why do these exist? And last but not least, I have the Resident Evil Origins collection with 0 and the original Resident Evil. Yeah, like, Resident Evil, you it's the original game, man. Like one. I'm sorry, I'm just trying to get my thoughts in order, but Resident Evil, like, you got to appreciate how this series, like, it's like, it like helps kickstart or at least more popularize the survival horror genre. So yeah, like, I love Resident Evil, especially the fourth game. I'll probably show that off later down the line. But yeah, I just wanted to show off some of the weird Resident Evil crap that I got, Seriously, why does this exist? Anyway, I hoped you liked me rambling, and I highly recommend Resident Evil 1 any way that you can play it. So anyway, I hoped you liked me rambling. So long, goodbye.